Gentlemen, welcome to the Paintball Ruined My Life live stream. This is a paintball channel, so we're going to talk about paintball stuff. Some NXL news we'll talk about. There was a little bit of insights over on the Play the Game podcast and the Spick and Span show we'll talk about a little bit. Maybe watch a video, a little bit of an interview with Chris Loya, Mark Crescent from HK Army interviewing Chris Loya. We have a little bit of stats from the Lone Star Open. We will discuss some new autocockers maybe, and if we get to it, pictures from this weekend. This weekend was the Capital Edge Paintball League, and was just out there taking pictures all weekend. But without further ado, we are thanking BFPgear.com. BFP Gear. Oh man, I had this link all set up and like, what did I do? Oh yeah, that's right. Oh man, look, my head's all over there again. God damn it. My head moves every time I like move to this page. BFPgear.com. BFP Gear, you can go there for all of your paintball needs, like if you want to Spire 5, but maybe you have like a high-endish, mid-rangey gun that is valued at over only $100. BFP Gear are taking trade-ins for store credit. So say you have that kind of mid-range gun. Say you have a mini GS. Say you have a mini, say you have a mini GS, and maybe you want to trade it up and get a 180R. You can do that at BFP Gear. You just click that link right there, fill out a little information of what you got. They'll get back to you and hopefully give you store credit so that you can get something nicer. But again, they're not wanting Zodins or Spiders and stuff. It's got to be something that's resellable, so like those mid-range, higher-end guns. BFP Gear, they got all kinds of stuff, though. You can get all your paintball essentials there. Like, all these paintball essentials. BFPgear.com. Hopefully everybody's well this fine evening. Aloha. Aloha. It felt like Hawaii here in Sacramento yesterday. Yesterday was just brutally hot here in Sacramento. This evening, I'm gonna drink something real fast. Let's just start with the very first thing on my list, Paintball Pick'em. So Paintball Pick'em's kind of newish. We'll pause this graphic. Kind of newish. It's the newer version of, we'll say, fantasy paintball or whatever. And it's fantasy, so to be able to do fantasy paintball, they have to try to keep some sort of stats. And there are a plethora of stats from the Lone Star Open. We'll just start with the very first slide I have here. And these aren't all the stats either. There are way more than just this. There's a link in the description to go over to their Instagram where all of these are actually posted. So go follow them on Instagram. There's way more stats than just this. First overall event kill count leader, Keith Brown. I don't know. I just would not have expected that. I kind of would have thought it would have been somebody on Impact. I don't know. Keith Brown's amazing though. And they account for 31.5 kills. Obviously it's paintball, so one of the hardest things is just keeping track of all those kills. So Keith Brown, either way, leading the kill counts, and his value at $97,000 was actually pretty good. I think some of the higher guys, like some of the Russian players, were in there at that like 140-ish price. So at least he's kind of coming in there at a little bit of value. What's this? I haven't looked at all these actually either. So the Pick'em player leaderboard. Okay, so this is the guys who actually won. So it looks like Eric won the whole entire weekend of the tournament. I presume that's what that is. Kill count leaders, there we go again. Keith Brown, Justin Cornell, there's some impact guys. With Justin Cornell, Nate Schrader coming in third. So you can see that that player cost, like Nate was up there at 130, which is really high, and then Matt Jackson at 140. Your kill count leaders. Blake Yarber. There's another, I think the next slide is the one that I was like kind of the most interesting at. So team stats. So we have impact at the top for games played. Wait a minute. Games played. Oh, that would make sense, I guess, because they get a bye. That's why X Factor has 8. In Impact have 7. They got a bye. Okay, that makes sense. I'm like, how the hell is this different? No, that makes sense. Wins and losses. Yeah, Impact was 7-0. That's crazy. Total points played. Impact only playing 29 points, where X Factor is playing 38. Which is kind of telling. I mean, only 29 points across the whole entire tournament is not a lot. With a Impact with a win percentage of 72%. NRG, you know, NRG not doing too great. NRG scored, a single point all weekend. They had 14 points allowed, which is not a lot, you know? You think about like 4 matches, and they only allowed 14 points over 4 matches. It's kind of like, you know, that's just not a lot of points. Playing 15 points total the whole tournament is wild. And, only winning 6% of the time. The next one's interesting. You know, this year there's been a lot of maybe movement in these top teams. And we would go into World Cup. There's not going to be a very big margin within these like top teams for that overall series title. Like if let's just zoom in a little bit so we can see the numbers a little easier. We have Red Legion going into first place after the Lone Star at 684. And only 4 points separate Paintball Fit and Red Legion. And then really, Impact sitting there at 624 are not that far away. We have to remember that at World Cup, it's also double the points. So you're going to get, I believe, for every place difference, about 24 points or 28 point difference. So that means, first place, you're going to get like 200 points. And then 28 or 24 points less for second place, and then on down the line. So that means, any of these teams falter or do poorly. Like, for some reason, if, Impact win the event and Red Legion get 5th or 6th or something like that, it's possible that we see one of these lower teams jumping into that series title. I like this graphic a lot. It's just kind of cool to see like all the movement and stuff like that. We see X Factor going from 6th place at this last tournament all the way up into 4th place overall. I mean, all the way. It's only 2 places, but that's a fairly big move. Uprising going right here from 13th. You guys can't see my mouse. I don't know what I'm doing. 13th place. Uprising moving all the way up into 9th, though, with their stellar 3rd place finish. Paintball Pick'em. I mean, like I said, you can go follow them on Instagram. Maybe go play fantasy paintball at World Cup. Switching back to my human angle. How is everybody doing this fine evening? We're doing all right? Anybody dead? If you were at the paintball field this weekend, I am absolutely demolished from the paintball field. I didn't even play paintball yesterday, and I was at the paintball field for almost 12 hours just standing around. And it has crushed me. Like, when I get super hot, I get like veins on my head. See that vein on my head? Right, that big ass vein. I haven't been able to get this vein to go away since yesterday. I'm still like overheating. My head is like, it's crazy out there. And I was just hanging out too. So any of you guys that played out at the paintball field yesterday at the Capital Edge Paintball Tournament, the CEPL, I hope you're doing all right. Because it was a very long day. Normally, I like to have some of these have graphics, but I didn't really prepare any graphics for these, mainly because some of this happened like an hour and a half ago, so there just wasn't enough time. But we kind of have, we'll say, some interesting NXL Pro Paintball news. On the Spick and Span show last week, Ryan Greenspan did say that the NXL is expecting, at least, to have new bunkers set next year. What that means, who knows? I mean, last time we got new bunkers, I believe, was 2022, when we got introduced to the, I think that's when we got the wedge, the big wedge. The additional snake beams, I guess, were added more recent than that, but possibly a brand new set of bunkers for 2026. And then Tom Cole today was on the PTG podcast, the Play the Game podcast, with Marcelo Margot and Tyler Harmon. And shout out to Lone Wolf. You know, Lone Wolf is not a company we're talking about often on here, but I like that they're, sponsoring PTG again. That's good. But Tom Cole said on PTG that it's possible that next year there'll be a event in Dover, Delaware. I don't know. He said the facilities look really nice. So they were talking about Atlantic City, and then it's, maybe the third or fourth event of the year will be in Delaware, which, I don't know, that's kind of interesting. Dover, Delaware. And then it's also possible next year that we see the second event in Phoenix. Phoenix, I was going to say 2012, I think, was the last time the NXL was in Phoenix or something like that. The NXL, I should say, has probably never been to Phoenix. The PSP would have been in Phoenix. And maybe more interesting was that the first event next year, I don't know if this is like 100% factual going to happen. Like I said, this podcast came out like an hour and a half ago, so I watched a little bit of it a while, just 20 minutes ago. And it seems that next year there will be at the Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, NXL inside the stadium. So this year we played outside the stadium, then they're going to move the tournament inside the stadium. I don't know if all of the fields are going to be there. They're probably not going to play all the divisions inside the stadium because there's just not enough physical room for it. But it does look that Pro will be inside the stadium, at least on Thursday. Tom made it really clear that Thursday they want to try to do a 3-man, like typical, right? Like we've kind of been having this whole time. But then also Friday evening, have a whole new set of X-Ball games. So say or Thursday evening, I'm sorry. So after 3-man ends, say at 6 p.m. at night, under the lights, we play 4 additional matches, just regular X-Ball matches. And those matches would be matches that are typically played on Saturday. So say the best 4 matches from Saturday would be moved to Thursday. So you technically could play Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday if you're a pro team, rather than, just Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So some of those games would be shifted over a little bit to kind of lengthen out the week. But more interestingly, it would be played at night in the stadium. So that would be cool. The MPPL has gone to stadiums before and done indoor NPPL tournaments, but they were indoor. It looked like shit and was terrible. So this would be really neat if it's outside underneath NFL lighting, where it's just, literally perfect. So that will be really cool if that happens. It seemed like it. I mean, Tom didn't seem to say it was possible, but more that it, is happening. So that is very exciting. I was really excited about how well the ESPN stuff looked, just how professional the whole environment looked. And hopefully maybe squirreling one of these fields off in the end zone or something like that. We can get like, you know, seating down looking into the end zone, and then like maybe from the sides or whatever. It seems super cool. Tom said one of the reasons they were able to do it was because I guess they're retrofitting or like updating the stadium. So normally in the season, if this was like a brand new stadium or whatever, they wouldn't let it happen because they're worried, I assume, about the ground getting all messed up. But since they're redoing it or renovating the stadium, there's this weird time where it kind of fits in perfectly. So that's cool. I'm kind of excited about that. Yeah, I just want it to be more exciting and paintball to be more exciting. And I think just putting it in these little scenarios or like new places, like, you know, better facilities, just kind of makes it a little level up. It just makes it seem a little bit more exciting. Yes. One thing interesting Tom also pointed out was on PTG as well about how the point differential has been like decreasing. So how many points matches are actually played over the years. So in 2020, the pro matches averaged NASCAR track in Dover. 2020, there were 9 points averaged every pro match. 2021, there were 9 points. 2022, there were 8 points. 2023, 6.5. 2024, 7. And then this year, we've only been averaging 5.5 points per match in the pro division. Now, it's almost a 50% reduction. Yeah, we'll see like 35% reduction in points or something like that. So that's dramatic. They talked a lot about what those possibilities could be. Maybe it's the layout. Maybe, you know, there's too many bunkers. Maybe we need to figure out something else. You know, maybe the teams have started adapting too well to playing the margins rather than just trying to get wins. They talked a lot about it. I would go watch. There's far more information. It's always great when Tom's on. He's very transparent and like just, you know, he always just provides good information for us. So I would go watch it. There's a link in the description over to PTG where most of the NXL news came from, or Spick and Span, to watch it as well. I'm excited. That would be fun. I love spectators getting involved. Yeah, it's definitely better. It's some brains. Be like the NFL. Hecklers catch a few strays. That would be funny. I'm okay if we have Draymond incidences. Maybe not like hitting people in the nuts or something. I got shot in the nuts yesterday. Hostility, welcome. I don't know. You know, the Paintball Ruined My Life store, you can buy sweet-ass headbands and cool merch. Like this hat you can find over there. I went climbing today in it, so that's why it's dirty. Paintball Ruined My Life headbands. They're 100% denim cotton. They're $30 a piece. Only $35 for 3 packs. They're getting kind of low, though. You know, quantities are getting low. So if you want anything specific, you know, now's probably the time. Like those 2 are still in stock for sure. I still have some of those. There's very few of the red, white, and blues, though. There's maybe only a couple of those red, white, and blues. Those are actually still all in stock. Maybe I like took all the pictures off of stuff that wasn't in stock. Nope. That checker one, I believe, is very low. paintballruinedmylife.com/shop. You can find all this paintball stuff. And, you know, support your favorite paintball live stream on Mondays. Oh, shit. My photos just finished transferring over. Brad only plays during the lunar eclipse. Yeah. No, I'm gonna play paintball soon. I haven't played in like 6 months or so, which isn't like, you know, it's not like crazy, but it's not the longest I've gone. I've probably gone like 2 years without playing. This we've kind of been talking about a little bit. Oh man, I forgot to log in. As soon as I hit that button, I was like, God damn it, it's gonna make me log in. Everything's so zoomed in because the text gets so small. WGP is back, kinda. I don't really know the whole story with this. I'm not sure who is doing this, but somebody purchased all the WGP. Maybe not purchased, maybe they were given all the schematics to manufacture bodies and stuff like that. And WGP are coming back. They showed off an Oracle body. For the life of me, I can't remember what this is called. Isn't it like a vertebrate or like a vertebrae or something? Something like that. And then also the fabled carnivore. I think these are pretty expensive though. They're selling just bodies. And I'm pretty sure they are hundreds of dollars. Damn, this login thing. I don't think it's gonna work either. It's gonna make me like two-factor, and then I gotta deal with all that. I don't want to do that right now. Yep. Autocockers are kind of back, that's all. Sorta. In like a weird roundabout way. I mean, cockers have kind of coming back for a while now. It's just that, what do we got? Is that called the vertebrae? Is it called the vertebrae? Vertebrae wouldn't have been anywhere near the middle of my list. Is it the vertebrae though? The feed necks don't look right. Oh yeah, the feed necks are definitely different. Close. Dude, I don't even remember like what they looked like. WGP Carnivore. Oh Jesus. Yeah, those stupid twist lock feed necks. I mean, these things sucked. I mean, this feed neck was god awful. So these are better probably. You know, I don't really know. Maybe they're like Planet Eclipse threaded or something like that as well. So maybe you can put all kinds of feed necks on there. Yeah, they're definitely better than the like these goddamn stupid twisty ones. Cause those were weird. You like twisted this collar down and like the collar like clamped down around it. It was very weird. They were always very hard to loosen and stuff like that, so. The feed necks are probably better, but I know there's a lot of guys who want stuff to be like, you know, realistic. The base looks off, what do you mean? Yeah, it does look fat. I mean, that's kind of what I thought. Like, this area does look fat. It does look kind of weird right here. But I really just think it's because of that, like, Karen over for sure. All these pictures are, like, so small. Dang, never mind. Yeah, this whole area. I mean, I don't know. I think maybe that's what you mean. I don't even know, but Gush, you said you ordered a carnivore. How much was it? I know they're like, I was gonna guess like $450. I know they were kind of expensive, but I didn't want to guess that really high price. Carnivores. Yep, some brain said feed necks either threaded into a body or they do the milled and thread stub sticking out for sure. It's either threaded like into the body or it's threaded like onto a thing for sure. Chris Martin, most cockers get the feedback milled down. I have an Oracle modded to Empire specs, but an Inception designed feed neck on it. I don't even know. Yeah, I mean, Inception, I don't even know. Inception probably made cocker threaded feed necks, right? See, it's been so long since I've talked about freaking autococker feed necks. I mean, it's been like, I haven't talked about an autococker feed neck in like 10 years. I don't know. Oh, that's kind of right. Didn't, because they were kind of tall and they had like a O-ring on the top. Or something. I don't remember. I don't know. My memory's so bad. I don't remember what happened like yesterday, so. Well, I'm doing something. I want to do something really quick while I'm thinking about it. I want to look at some of the pictures. So I went to the Capital Edge Paintball League this past weekend and took photos of the Sacramento Street Fighters. And I wanted to look at, I have not looked at the pictures because, like I said, I got home last night at like 7 o'clock or some shit. And, dude, I just didn't want to look at pictures and, like, you know, at night. Soon as I got home. So, maybe we'll look at some of those, but I just want to move these over right there. Okay, that's done. $800, that's gnarly. Yeah. Comes with ano. Hopefully it comes sanitized. $800 is a lot of money. That's crazy. Okay, well, it's got a trigger frame. Okay, that's good. I'm okay if it's raw. I kind of like would prefer them to be raw anyway, because most people are going to want to get their own ano, you know, especially with those kind of bodies. So if it comes with the trigger frame and front block, that's not as bad, but that's still like a ton of money, you know? It's like, shit. It's like once you build it, it's going to be $1,200. More than that. What, $1,200? $2,400 or $2,000 or something. Why is your comment? It keeps like, I don't know what is going on. We have a new member. Dookie Nukie. With that membership. You know, here on YouTube, I do have channel memberships. You can become a channel member if you like really want to help support this channel. Like Josh right there. Josh loves that bass. Get him, Topwater. Topwater. Okay, we're moving on. Paintball Ruined My Life memberships. You know, they're $10 a month. You can get a lot of stuff. A few things, right? You're going to get exclusive, not exclusive. You will get exclusive, but I meant to say early access to new videos. So like the Joy Division video coming out here. Yeah, fucking any day, guys. Any day now. Any day. Early access to that video. So probably like tomorrow or Wednesday. About a week ahead of time before everyone else. Also exclusive member videos. What I kind of liked, and people really liked these, is these debriefs. So like this Proflex, the Proflex video, or, you know, there's other ones. The Proflex video, the Planet Eclipse video. What am I doing? No, God, I don't know how to do this. I went to all the videos. Whatever, I don't know how to use YouTube. Recent members only videos. There we go. Like these are debriefs where I like watch the video and then like talk about like I didn't include this, or I did include this, or I wish that, you know, like little random things, and maybe some clips of stuff that I did not include. People seem to like those. You can find those by becoming a channel member. How do I get back to where I was? Oh, okay. I don't know. You can follow that link, though, that was on the screen. Become part of the coolest community known to man. Topwater. So I'm gonna tell everyone why Josh. So you can see right here, just bassing around. Josh, that's Josh. He likes bass fishing. And apparently he started using this frog lure that, you know, you cast out this little frog lure and then it just like, you know, sits on the water like a frog. So he's working the top water. So Chris Raymond here in the chat came up with the nickname Topwater. Great stuff. Okay, what are we talking about? Trace, you should do a third-party service. I saw your message on Facebook today. I was going to reply to you tomorrow. Maybe I won't now. I was like, I'll still reply, but probably not, because I'll probably say the exact same thing. We'll read your comment. You said you should do a third-party service for a small fee, record what people are trading, and talk about who got the better end of the deal and the markers and gear traded. I'm pretty sure you sent me a message on Facebook. That was a little bit different than how I read it. Look at Eric. EP re-upping that membership? Sanyo pity on a runny kind. You should do a third-party service for a small fee. You should do third-party service. So you third-party by like, I've kind of done that before. So I worked for a company called Fix My Angel, which was an Angel warranty center. So we were an Angel warranty center. We were the warranty center for Angel in the US. So if you had a broken Angel for a handful of years there, it was sent to us. And we kind of did that for a while. We did have a third-party thing. So like if someone wanted to trade an Angel or, whatever it was, they could ship us the guns. We would service them or go through them to make sure they worked. Robert Moon. Bob owned it. Bob was the owner. Robert was the owner. Yeah, we'd just go through them, because we were the warranty center. So it's like, if anyone can fix them or make them work or tell you what's wrong, it's going to be us. So we did that third-party service for sure. It's totally something that can happen. It's not necessarily a bad idea. It's just not me. I got so much other shit going on. It'd be like starting a whole new business, and like, I don't want to do that really. I've also started other things like that, right? Like I started a paintball thing that was called paintballtuneup.com. Paintballtuneup.com is probably gone. Paintball Tune-Up is probably gone. Paintballtuneup.com. And that was going to be a mail-in service where people would mail in their guns to fix, and then we'd mail them back. But one of the problems I ran into real fast was that you need people that can fix stuff, so it was difficult. Like I had to kind of do a lot of the work, and then it was the point where it's like, okay, well, we have as many guns as we can take. You like reach paintball tuna. That's good. It would, you just reach the maximum amount of guns, like I can only fix 5 a day or whatever. So it's like, well, we can only take 5 a day. You really reach like the limit really fast. Obviously, if you're the like third-party middleman guy, it's not like as much work, but yeah. I don't know, maybe I have another friend that would be interested in doing it, and I could help facilitate that or something, but it's a good idea. I appreciate the idea. I don't want to just say it. Third parties. Yeah. Someone's calling me. My phone shouldn't be ringing though, so I don't know why it's ringing. Yeah, I don't know what the hell I was talking about. WGP Spick and Span. We're gonna go to this really fast, and we'll watch. We'll watch like the very tail of this. Chris Loya on the Mark Cresson channel. There's a link to watch this below. Chris is great. There's a lot of cool like stuff they talk about. This is pretty short. It's not like crazy, but we'll just watch this part.
You had a lot of crazy games, a lot of action. Do you remember, dude? I don't know where this came from, but I think at one point you started throwing your guns when you were pissed off. Because then I started throwing my gun, and then Scotty started throwing his gun. Dude, we would get cheated or something, I just go sink, and then you're kicked out of the fucking tournament. Da, da, da. We would watch you like a hawk, dude. Yeah, you
That shit's true though. I don't know. I don't know if I threw a gun because Crystal Soya did it, but I did it once and got kicked out of a tournament too. Well, sort of. They made me sit the next 2 matches. So don't throw stuff.
taught us a lot, good and bad. So
Well, I throw it flat, so when it landed, at least kind of bounced and
is that what you did?
Overhanded
Go grab
mine.
another one.
Yeah, you would just get brand new ones. I'm trying to fix a fucking big broken gun back then with no money.
Duct tape and
Yeah,
shit.
like fuck, why'd I throw the fucking thing?
Yeah, but then they made that rule we can't throw our guns anymore.
That came from you.
That was I don't know about from me, but it was definitely a Debbie
It
Downer.
had to have been. I don't know anyone else throwing their guns but you.
Yeah, so yeah, that I was.
It's also funny because Chris is
passionate
like,
individual.
Very passionate. He
Changed
put it all on
so
the field,
much.
Everything. I mean,
He's
good,
just, like,
bad,
mellowed
happy,
out
sad,
so much over the years.
angry.
It's
What's
funny.
happening with Loya? You didn't hide your emotions. Last thing before we get out of here, because I know we're going to talk some business about.
This is what I
sponsorship,
wanted
but,
you to hear.
Because I want to run the clip with this. I know you've talked about this before, but when you waxed the kid from Doc Raiders,
Oh, Kyle Stahl.
yeah, you went point blank and you shot him in the temple and he dropped.
Yes.
So this is from the I think it's in Serial Killers. It's like right in the beginning of Serial Killers. We've shown this. I've talked about this before.
To me, when I watched that, I'm like, you're playing against Loya. You got to be ready for it.
He cheated.
That's standard Loya move. If I'm playing Loya, I know that could happen anytime. I just played against him for years. To me, it wasn't a big deal. Obviously, everyone went crazy. So what happened?
So we're first of all, we're in Texas, and it was like, this is that cold Texas tournament. It was like literally 35 degrees out, where we're warming paint up in
Yeah, I
tents
remember
with
that
big-
tournament too.
It was
nuts.
miserable.
Freezing
Yeah,
for
it
you.
like snowed. It snowed
So
the day
if you
before
look
or
at the
something.
video of that, you see there's a bunch of clips that include that. Well, he got shot in the goggles and wiped the goggle hit off,
Oh, he did.
and that was me. I shot him from across the field. He cheated there. Then I shot him in the pack, and he's still shooting his gun. He was pretty known for cheating pretty bad.
Yeah.
And finally, if you get a major penalty, like a malicious intent penalty,
Yeah.
in the first half of the game, you only have to sit out the second half. If you get a major in the second half, you have to sit out the whole next game. And I'm playing, and he's walking out the field because they call him out. And I look at the clock, and there's like 5 seconds left, 10 seconds left. And I'm like, if I put him down, I can sit out the whole next point and stay warm the rest of this game. So
That's
plus I
pretty
was
funny.
pissed off because he shot me in the thumb and it hurt.
Yes, everything when it's freezing stings like a motherfucker, bro.
But he's walking the field. He's still talking, and I'm like, oh, he must still be alive. So I just gave him a nice little heater, just one,
Yep.
and he just fell like a little pussy.
And do you think he faked that for extra bonus points, or you actually heard it? Yeah, I heard it.
Anyway, it's pretty good.
Oh, okay.
Go watch it. It's pretty funny. I don't know. I feel both ways about it. Like it's kind of like I feel that like when we're talking about these crazy incidents that happen, like Crystal Soya like shooting that guy right in the back of the head. It's like, he shot him from like this far away or in the back of the head. Like he walked up to him and went bang. Like when we're talking about it, when I'm talking about it to my friends or whatever, like Nate, like I think it's cool. Like I think it's fun and like I kind of enjoy it. It's kind of like fun to talk about. But I don't know. I don't. It's probably not good. For just the look of paintball, it being kind of like overly aggressive. Like that was definitely not cool. But it's kind of fun, right? I don't know. I just feel both ways about it. It's like all the overshooting stuff. Like I'm like, I kind of like it, but I kind of don't at the same time. So who knows? What should we do? I am so hot, guys. I told you that I'm dying. I still have my vein on my head. See that bad boy? Put that goddamn thing. Just... I don't know. We can look at some pictures. We can look at some pictures I took yesterday. There's a couple that I like really want to look at. And let's see. I actually took the flash out, and we were in the morning. We were at the field at like, I don't know, God, like 6 a.m. or something insane. So it was a very, very early morning. let's close some of these tabs. Some of these tabs. I think if I do this. Let's carry this. Can you see Jake right here? Yeah. Can't see the other monitor. Oh! This is probably painful to watch. God damn it. Here we go. Minimize. Oh man, I keep switching monitors and not realizing it. Holy shit, guys. I want to like drag this. No, maybe I don't want to drag it. Okay. So as the field, yeah, and I took out the flash and stuff, and I'm just curious about like kind of what some of these photos look like. So we're gonna look at some of them. All these photos, well, not all of these photos, but a good portion of them are gonna be Division 5. No, D4 Street Fighter, sorry. I really liked this, just with this flash. They look cool. Eric! With that super chat, my freaking lights are all screwed up, buddy. They're not working. Dude, we'll be having a barbecue at Capitol Edge for the Street Fighters podium soon. Brad, come hang out and play some rec and eat some spicy papaya. I will, I'll be there. Oh, shaved ice, too. All right. Mark, we're looking at pictures from the tournament yesterday. Eric, you're amazing. I don't think I have any pictures of Eric in here. I like this one a lot. This one's cool. Nope, this one I like. There's AB putting pants on. So some of these, I just wanted to see those ones mainly. I'm really curious about just what those looked like. There's also these cool pictures of Kay that I saw earlier. These ones are really good. But I'm going to need to go through these with, like, you know, the real... so I can actually see them on a real monitor here, but... some of them are cool. There's a cool one, I think, right... no... there are so many pictures, though. There's, like, 4,000 some odd photos, so... woo! These are cool. I kind of like that. That's neat. This is probably enthralling to everybody. You can't even see what I'm looking at because there's so many pictures. It's like... okay, we're not going to do that anymore. I can feel it's boring. Yeah. Hit me up with something. I'm like, I didn't have so much planned today because I was so tired today. You know, the field just killed me yesterday. It like annihilated me. And I can't even imagine how everybody feels that played yesterday because the weather was so brutal. Who's got a cool paintball question? I tried, Chris. Man. Those pictures are like so far away. They're like really far. Or like, not really far. Like, what am I trying to say? They're, I don't know. There's so many photos that like it's hard to find them really fast because there's some odd thousands of pictures that I took yesterday. Here's some more really cool ones though. Look at this. Oh no. Isn't that cool? That's a good one. Keep trying to like adjust it here. This preview smaller. That's a good one. That's pretty cool. I don't know what these are. When I'm clicking them, I don't know what's going to happen on screen, so. The lighting's like crazy because it's so like early in the morning. Oh, there's those ones. This is what I was looking for. Oh, I wanted to see these. I think they're great. I just got to go through them. That one's not so great. I don't know what happened there. Some wonky camera setting. That's a good one too. Okay. We won't bore the shit out of anyone anymore. WC, ever think about making tech videos? Full rebuilds and cleaning of older stuff. A lot is already out there, but low quality and out of focus. I kind of have done that a little bit. It's been I mean, I only did like a few. It was a very long time ago. Let's get rid of this nonsense. It was a very long time ago. Let's see. Like I did a. Let's see if I search like Geo 3.5 rebuild. I cannot see rebuild. What if we type paintball ruin my life? I don't know if I put them in playlists or like what I did. Oh yeah, there you go.
Okay, this is the installation of the G-Mech frame onto the G.
Deafening everybody. So I did 3. This is unlisted for some reason. This is the mechanical or the G-Mech frame. But I also did it with like this thing. My Geo 3.5, where I just like legitimately took it apart because I needed I needed to replace the solenoid. So look at all the parts I used to have, guys. Look at this. Look at my box of paintball parts. That was probably like box 1 of 7 for Eclipse or something like that. It's some Eclipse parts. We have frame screws, we have pistons, we have reg springs, we have eyes, all kinds of stuff. I had like an ungodly amount of paintball stuff, but I owned a paintball store, so it kind of made sense. So I kind of did it on this one. Complete reassembly from teardown. And also did the Empire Sniper, but this was so long ago, you know, like 8 years ago. So it was like fucking hella long ago. And I don't know. I could see how these are kind of cool, right? Like I can see how like we're kind of just sitting and hanging out and I'm like working on something and whatever. But I don't know. You know, I'm not sure nowadays. I'm not sure how that would go over on the channel if it would be like, you know, no one would probably watch it. I'm actually positive nobody would watch it, unfortunately. Hence by, like, you know, the views on these videos. But some of these are private, like this one's private, but it still only has 7,000, because at one point it wasn't, you know? So, unfortunately nowadays on videos, I gotta be really searching for, you know, that kind of number. 117 is way better than 7. So, I have to be trying to search for this number more. I don't necessarily think it's a bad idea either. You know, obviously I did it at one point, so it wasn't like the terrible idea. Yeah, I feel that like you're kind of like hanging out, for sure. I thought about, I don't know. One of the problems too is like, if I look at like these old videos, right? Like, if we go back to one of them, like we go here, right? Like, I don't know, but I don't have a lot of the tools and stuff that I had before. I mean, here I'm just using Allen wrenches, but for me to like, you know, fix stuff well, I want like good tools that I used to have and stuff. Not that I can't just get them, but like I don't have a pair of these C-clip pliers anymore. I do have picks though. That's just an O-ring pick, I think, or it's a flathead screwdriver. That's a screwdriver. Yeah. So it's just harder, right? When I had like unlimited access to like all kinds of parts, right? I'm like, oh, I need a reg seat for that autococker, and I could just go get it out of the parts freaking wall of parts. Or like, oh, I need my tank filled, and I can just go fill my tank, or like, you know, it just was a lot easier when I had like lots of parts laying around. But now I don't have anything. Some brand says this is as bad as seeing someone that bought Pro storage. What does that mean? And they didn't get an active file system. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Still on fire, guys. I keep drinking coffee, though. I drink this coffee to try to, like, spruce me up so that we have a little bit of energy. I don't know. I am super hot, though. I thought about, like, oh, Dookie Nukie. I can't pick a Grime headband in a 3-pack. Yeah, they're all gone. They be sold out. Yeah, somebody asked me that actually this weekend about headbands. Yeah, so if it's not available, like if you can't select it in the shop, like if you're, you know, we'll give everybody a little bit of a preview. If you're in the store here and you're over here and you're like, I want to look at these 3-packs, and you're like, it's not in here. That's because it's just out of stock. Yeah, unfortunately. So like, yeah, some of these in this picture will not be in here. Like the Wave is also out of stock. Wave is also gone. I would say the closest thing to the Grime though is that Stars one. It's a little bit hard to like see with this little small image, but oops. I was hoping it would like zoom in. Oh, there we go. The Stars one is probably going to be the closest to that Grime one. There's literally no Grime at all anywhere. I don't have any either. You want to look? Let's look at, you know what? The other day somebody asked about what the first headband I ever made was, or like what the first product I ever made was. And I have like, I've never done this before. Like I've made so much crap, you know? And like, I've just made so much stuff. So I like have a small collection. Like I'm starting to like put away like the headbands that I've made, right? Like I want to keep one of all of them, right? So I'm just going to keep this and put these aside, but I still don't have all the current versions. There's actually one of those star headbands. right there. But there's a checker one that I made at one point, and nope, that's the second version. I made one with the Vans logo on it, actually. But in here are going to be, here's like, this is a bunch of like headbands and stuff. Look at that like old Abyss headband. That's kind of cool. That's an old one. I made those. But this is the first paintball thing that I ever made. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure I don't have... Oh, you know what? I was going to give this visor to Chris. I'll leave this out. Or this visor. I think we have a Sandana. Most of these are all headbands that I've made. So many freaking headbands. Yeah, it's just that one. So I made these. This I probably made in 2003, maybe like 2002 or something like that. Burberry headbands, but I had multiple styles. I made Gucci headbands. I made, I think Fendi headbands, multiple different like Gucci color prints as well. Hella old school. So I was selling tons of the Gucci ones. I like to think that I was like the guy who made... I didn't actually make them popular. I was like the first person to like make them and sell them, actually Gucci headbands. Where like, I want to say Baltimore Trauma or something like that might have been the first guys to actually wear them, but I don't think they were like buying it. They weren't like making them. They were like, I don't know, I think they were just making like one-offs for themselves or something like that. And I was like, you know what? I can buy that shit from China and like make some fucking headbands. So I bought the fabric and then just took it to an alterations place. I took the fabric and the sweatband headband material to an alterations store and just took him a Sandana headband and was like, take this one apart and just remake these exactly. I definitely had Burberry. Oh, that one was Burberry for sure, Mark. Yeah. So I literally just took him to an alterations place here locally on I think Madison and like Hazel or something like that. I don't know. Somewhere by Sunrise Mall. And that was my first paintball thing I ever made. I wanted a rainbow Louis Vuitton headband so bad. I don't think I made rainbow. Oh, I definitely had Louis Vuitton ones too. I've got that one that kind of looks tie-dye. Maybe Old Soul, the one that I had in here? I have a tie-dye one in here. Like this? Maybe. This is definitely tie-dye. I mean, you know. This is probably one of my favorite ones I ever made, honestly. It's just a Keith Haring print. It's Keith Haring print in tie-dye. This is definitely not the first run. Because some of the first headbands I did were made like this. They're a completely different material. They're polyester. They're just way totally different. And then I started making these cotton ones. Yeah. It was pretty ag. I wish I had more. It's just not, you know, don't think about it in the time, you know, it's like I got 2 left. I'm selling the 2 that I have. You know, I really wish that I would have kept more. Hence why I like kind of squirreled away a bunch of the current headbands, you know, all these current versions, so that I can have like, I don't know, I can have them for later. Because it's kind of cool. It's not like somebody else's products, you know, I made it, so it's way cooler that I made it, I think. Ever think about setting up a paintball ruined my life vendor booth at the WCPPL or something? I read that totally wrong. No. I honestly hate that I have merch. I hate that it's like, I wish, and I think in the future, you will see stuff that I sell, hopefully branded different, you know? Because it's just weird. Like, it's just weird. Because people think that I'm Paintball Ruined My Life, right? And I am Paintball Ruined My Life in a way, right? Like, I am this channel. So it's really weird when, like, people have a shirt on or, like, a sticker that, like, has the logo. Because it's just so weird. I'm like, is it a brand? Or it's more like me? So it's kind of like, I don't know. It's just very weird to me. So I just wish it was like called something different. Maybe if it was like paintball goods, good times products. You know, I think that would be better. It's just like, I don't know. It's just a little weird to me. You know, and I think about like other YouTubers or something like that. Like maybe if, you know, a other YouTuber had a brand that wasn't the name of their channel, I'd be more apt to buy it. But then I could be totally wrong about that. I don't know. But it does just feel weird. It definitely feels a little weird. Keep fussing with these carbon visors. Oh, it hasn't. This one has a logo and this one doesn't. Huh. How about that? I am definitely overthinking it, Chris. I know. Welcome to my life. But I do kind of think that it's weird. I do, you know, like if it was a brand, if it wasn't like, let's just say it's called Ruined Paintball or something, right? Like, which I was kind of thinking about at one point. There's definitely more spots for it to fit if it's not like a branded YouTube merch. You know what I mean? Like, I think it'd be easier to put it into stores and like, you know, different places. Or whatever. Maybe not though, because definitely like, you know, BFP gear and stuff. You can buy BFP gear, have Paintball Ruin My Life stuff on the website and in the store. So I don't know. Anyway, this is a whole nother, whatever. Pieces. What are you saying? There's kids on my team that came from nothing that are getting their way paid for by him. They won that. They shouldn't be. Who? What? I don't know. I don't know what we're talking about. Oh, Dan Bilzerian. Well, you gotta like say it specifically. I don't know what you're talking about. What'd you actually say? There's kids on that team that came from nothing that are getting their way paid for by him. They won that. They shouldn't be snubbed anywhere. I don't agree with that at all. Right? I don't agree with that at all. I mean, it's unfortunate that they associate themselves with Dan Bilzerian, really. Because, like, you know, I don't know. If I was, it's the same reason that, like, I don't want anything to do with Dan Bilzerian. Right? Because I know that, like, I'm going to get tarnished or like, well, there's a bunch of reasons I don't want to do anything with Dan Bilzerian, but you have to understand that if you're going to have like a relationship with anyone that's like super contentious or like crazy, that like there might be, you know, repercussions. And one of those repercussions is me just not wanting to talk about him. But here we are. So anyway, that's why it does suck for those kids. That's why I've like explained, I'm like, man, I don't know why they play with them. It's free, but like, okay. I don't know. Anyway, we're not talking about him. I don't like that guy. just gonna read you guys' fun comments. I don't know. It's not even politics to me, you know. Like, I haven't liked Dan Bilzerian for like 10 years. It's not even like anything political. The guy's just kind of been a jackass on the internet for the last 15 years. You know, he's attention seeking. He's just a jackass on the internet. So that's about all. There's lots of jackasses on the internet that just do like crazy shit for attention. Like this whole channel. Why is like my chat not updating? Weird. I don't know. Oh, it is like, I'm like super laggy. What is happening? Lagging. What is going on? Why is Finder going crazy? Maybe we'll relaunch it. Dude, what is going on? It's getting all weird. I can't even see you guys, so I don't know what's going on. Oh, there we go! Hey, I can censor him as much as I want, baby. I don't even know. Oh, the team name's called Protocol. I was like, I don't even know the team name, so... I mean, they're lucky. I don't even talk about D5, so it's like, what are we talking about D5 for anyway? I mean, sorry, you know? It's D5, baby. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I think Finder's, like, losing its mind. Maybe we'll close that. Okay, maybe there we go. But if I close that, then the freaking, like, chat doesn't work. Anyway. What else can we talk about? What else can we talk about other than Dan Bilzerian? I don't know. You know, I wanted to put together, like, a skills competition thing where, like, I kind of thought it'd be cool if the NXL... They've talked about, like, doing, like, all-star games and stuff like that all the time, and... I don't know, I think it'd be kind of interesting to see a skills competition, like set up like an obstacle course or something like that and have like, I don't know, the pro guys go through an obstacle course or something. I wanted to like set up that and like set a bunch of ideas up. But I didn't. Okay, I gotta open the browser again and see if it's gonna kill the computer. Come on, I just want it to friggin' open, dude. You know, I once was offered to play on 2 paintball teams where everything was paid for. Nothing like Dan Bilzerian's situation, but those unfortunately never panned out. Which, you know, that's always the case, so there's always these like opportunities that people are always gonna like pay for stuff and like whatever. Yes, this is what you should do. You should stand up for Dan Bilzerian. That's what you should do. One thing I think that we need to realize too is like, the internet's just really powerful, and I think that a lot of us could use time away from the internet, you know? There's, you know, that's all. It's crazy out there. And there's far worse things happening in our world today than Dan Bilzerian not getting his team name mentioned. Oh, I totally read your comment wrong. You said I'm not standing up for Dan. I'm sorry. Sorry. Yeah, I'm totally with you about the guys on the team, like, for sure. But I don't tell you, like, you know, I just think it's easier not to talk about it. So we're not going to talk about it anymore. Mark Kuderaj, what are you doing? Yeah, DJ, I'm with you. It's like, yeah, it's free, but like, I don't know. It's not like that. I don't know. Oh, well. Who's playing paintball this weekend? Who wants to see what else I have cool in here? You know what I have cool in here that I meant to take out? Is this thing. I've not ever used this. This is a... Oh, I don't have my EMF. I thought I had my EMF 100, but I don't have my, like, EMF 100 anymore. I had that thing for, like, 6 years and, like, never used it. This allows you to take a hopper, so you can put, like, a normal hopper on there, and you can put it in the magazine well of your EMF 100. So you have, like a hopper that sits on, like, the side of the gun. And it will feed paint up into there. It obviously has to be a strong hopper, right? Like you couldn't put like a JT Revolution on here because it would, yeah, you got to get it to force paint into the thing, like into the gun. So you definitely have to use a force-fed hopper like that rotor. This is made by Paintball DNA. I've never used it. I shot it once just to see if it worked, and it worked. But I never, like, played with it. I have a mechanical frame to a MacDev XDR. Oh, shit. Here are these. God damn. Oh, I was looking for these fucking things. That's 50 cal reball. It's super rare. Good luck finding 50 cal reball. I mean, I guess you can. You could probably find on, like, some cheap, like, Alibaba Express nowadays, but that stuff was really rare for a while. 50 cal reball. I've only got like 4 of them. 5 of them. But I thought they were in my reball tube at one point, and I guess I took them out. So I have reball right here. I thought they were in here, but are they not? Warp feed, yes, definitely has warp feed vibes for sure. I mean, it kind of is a warp feed, really. It just like, they just got rid of the like, I don't know, tube and stuff. You need a solenoid for your Intimidator? I hate how it won't focus. Maybe that's like that's not an Intimidator solenoid. Maybe that's for like, oh no, that's definitely Intimidator solenoid, huh? You need an Intimidator solenoid? How about some eyes for your Halo? How about a Ninja Rig? How about, this is what everybody needs. You need this. Everybody needs one of these. This right here, guys. Who can tell me what this is? There's a couple of you in here that might be able to tell me what that is. I'll give you a good side profile view. Who can tell me what this is? I want to see if anyone can get this. Tell me what that is. I guess I'll take it out of the box. It'll make it a little easier to look at. But there's a loose screw in there I don't want to lose. I'll put that screw back in, or the set screw back in. What happened to Paintball DNA? They're still around as far as I know. No, Mark? I don't know. I thought so. What is this? It's as cool as ice. You're as cold as ice. Old Soul, you're close. I was looking for a specific reg model, but you did get it right. You did get it right. You did get it right. What, for bonus points, what regulator does this go to? It's gonna be an old person. Maybe no one will be able to guess. We'll let it go for a little bit. It's definitely a tournament lock. Old Soul got the tournament lock. How about this? This is a Storm fan for a... About this. Max Flow? Not a Max Flow. It is an Air America regulator, though. That will narrow it down. It is an Air America regulator. It's just interesting to see all this random shit I got in here. I don't know what this goes to, but here's a CCM feed, Nick. There you go, some brains. You got it right there. The Black Ice Tournament Lock. Regulator Tournament Lock. So if you've got a Black Ice regulator from like 1997, I'm your guy. We're just gonna see what else is in the bottom of this, because I'm curious. We got a EMF 100 parts kit. We've got another Ninja Reg. Look at this. I don't know what this goes to either. I don't know what gun that was on. Maybe that was like an IR3. That was on an Angel IR3 cut and carved, maybe? A cut and carved inline reg? Here's something else really cool. 50 cal first strike rounds. 50 cal first strike. I got this to try to mount the freaking... Nothing else cool. Nothing else weird. There's an Air America reg. There's an infamous trigger to a EMEC. Here's a... What is this? Who knows what this is? This is pretty easy. We don't even have to focus. We'll maybe make it a little focus. No. What is that? I'm holding it a little weird so it looks funny. So it looks a little weird. Someone should know. Let me know. Still looking for what that piece was. I have another box of random paintball stuff. Trigger sear, mag, Old Soul. I don't know where it's at. There's stuff missing I know I have somewhere around here. That was kind of fun. A Field 1 barrel cover. I got in a Zodin barrel cover. Look at that, a Zodin barrel cover. An Adrenaline microfiber. Okay. I'm trying to remember what Tom K called it in the tech video. I would have just called it a sear, for sure. It would have just been the sear. I mean, that's what we always called it. Just a sear. It's just a classic auto mag sear, right? I have so much useless knowledge, guys. We all do, unfortunately. I got this a while ago from a company, this tank cover. It reminded me of this tank. It's so dirty. It's been sitting over there for so long. See the dust. Some Chinese random company sent me this tank. They're like, hey, we want you to review a tank. And I was like, all right, send it to me. And I didn't do anything. I never reviewed it or anything. Because I'm scared to put air in it, kind of. You know, this is just a random bottle from a random company in China. And they're like, I was like, all right, send it to me. I just wanted to see what they'd send over. And I'm pretty sure we know who these are made from. Like, if you look at the label right there, that is a familiar looking label, right? But who knows, right? I mean, they could just put whatever they want on that goddamn label. So I don't really trust it. I've never put air in this. This is a 98 cubic inch tank. And it's unlikely I will ever put air in it. It was hydroed, or it was manufactured August 2023. So it's 2 years ago. I ain't ever gonna use it though, because it's kind of scary. Just some random tank. Let's put this away. All over. What's the best way to store paintballs when you don't have the box anymore, but still the bags? This is what I do. I just tape them up. Literally, I probably got taped up bags here. I couldn't tell you if this is a good idea or not, but this is what I've been doing forever. Oh no, they're all, oh no, see, there we go. This is really old paint though, look at that. It's all like oozy out. This is like a really old box of paint. It's all getting shitty. You can see it oozing out and shit. But I literally just tape the bags closed. You know, there's a hole in this bag right here. And I just literally just tape the bags up. Just get a bunch of fucking tape and just tape that shit up. I have the box still, but I would tape it up. Even if you have the box still, you know, because keeping it like airtight like that is probably the best thing. You could keep it in pods, but definitely make sure the pods are a little loose. You know, make sure they're not crammed in there. Just make sure it's loose in a pod. You could, you know, get a paint caddy. If you got a paint caddy somewhere around here. There's a caddy right there. You could have a paintball caddy. Or just tape them up like I do. I've been doing that forever, so I don't know, works fine with me. Works good for me. Just tape those up. Let me try, Brad. What are you going to try, Mark? Ooh, if a red's 3+4. You know, the Reds packs were good for their day. If we saw them now, you'd be like, For sure. M white, also 100%. Yeah, storm inside. So maybe tape those bags up like I was saying. But yeah, it definitely matters where you store it. So room temperature inside. And then a lot of people have always said like rotate the cases over so that like the paint doesn't settle in the ball and get weird in there. I don't know though. You could try that. Inside. Inside. It doesn't have to be 70. That might be a little bit, you know, it's not 70 in here right now. You know, 70 is like crazy cold. I'd say like 80s, 85 and under. A lot of that's going to have to do with like humidity and stuff like that. Yeah, I wouldn't worry too much about the heat. Just keep it inside. Because, I mean, as long as your home's not getting like to 100 degrees, you're probably fine. I really wouldn't worry too much about the heat. Like that stuff right there was going bad. And heat will make it do that, right? It'll start like seeping out of the ball. But that stuff's like in a year and 2 years old or something like that. So it's been sitting there forever. Room temperature and you're probably good. I mean, 70 is probably best, but 70s. Like, I don't know. If it's daylight outside, it's not 70 degrees. Not here inside anyway. But definitely inside. Reds were originally made with a weightlifting belt. I think they all are. I think that Bob Long is like on record saying that he invented the paintball pack. So like he invented the modern pack because previously they had like those weird ass suspender kind of like funky things. And apparently Bob Long said that he invented the pack, and I think Rosie was the person that was involved with Unique Paintball back then. And I think Bob got Rosie to like make a pack with like a weight belt. James? Let's crack in. James was out there this weekend. He's probably dead too, dude. I was just standing around. Absolutely terrible. I don't know why. Dude, I gotta turn off this like moderation or whatever. I lost my train of thought completely. Yeah, but I think that Bob like says he was the first guy to like make the like a modern pack or whatever. I never used a Unique pack. Those were like those were kind of gone before I was around. I know Hormesis is kind of like used the Unique logo for like some cool stuff. It's kind of neat. Who's got a Reds 77 tank cover? I don't think you're gonna be able to find that, Josh. I don't think 77 tanks existed when Reds was a company. I actually know they didn't exist. Unfortunately. I don't need fucking tank covers anymore. It's like no one even really makes tank covers anymore. What are we talking about? Mark. Just get the KMP from Kinetic. That's what I'm saying. Kinetic Paintball make the best paintball pack. The KMP, the Kinetic Modular Pack. Let's go look at Kinetic's website. KineticPaintball.com. Kinetic have also been expanding their product line. Previously they came out with just the pack, right? Website, everything's just looking better. You can also get 10% off if you sign up for their mailing list. Equipment. So for a long time, yeah, they just made the KMP, but all kinds of stuff now. They got the ears. Everyone's been talking about how they like the ears. I know if you out there with them. I think Chris has them. Chris Martin, wherever Chris Martin's at. They're making jerseys. Also, what I really like, though, are their freaking pants. These are the best pants I've ever worn. I take that back. These are my second favorite pants. My first favorite pants are these. These are my first favorite paintball pants. The Smart Parts Chinos. These are my first favorite pants. I won't ever wear these though. These are never gonna be worn. These are gonna be put away in the closet and never worn on the paintball field. Because these Kinetic pants really, for just paintball playing, they are way better. And what I like so much about them is they don't fit me like that. I have a problem because I'm tall, right? Tall and skinny. So I get like a medium, or really I'd need a large. Say I get a large in the HK pants. But the HK pants are so fucking short. They're like skin tight on me, and like they go to my above my ankles, and like they're crazy. So I love these because they actually fit me like pants do. They're not like skin tight. Craziness. The Smart Parts Flame Pants. I bought these on eBay like 2 years ago. They're only like $60. I was like, holy shit. my God, what's going on here? I love the old Smart Parts paints. Dynasty kids started playing Rec Ball right when the gear changed for more athletic play. They might have had handed down packs when they were rocking Spider. Paintball's weird. It's kind of gone through two different phases. So you say like stuff has become like more athletic, and it's like, I don't know. I feel like I've seen that definitely one time. Like I remember, I want to say it's like 2013 is also when a lot changed as well. Like most of the paintball pants didn't have pads anymore. They were getting rid of padding on jerseys, and everything was getting lightweight and smaller. We went through like a transition there as well, where stuff was getting like more athletic. And then coming out of the woods, going from like 10-man to like 7-man, stuff also got like more streamlined through that period as well. Any old equipment I wish I had still? JP channel member asks. For sure. I mean, there's some guns that would be cool to have, but nothing like crazy. I mean, there was two guns that would be cool. I had a Ripper Intimidator, a original Ripper 1 Intimidator with like alias parts on it. That gun was so cool. I really like that. And then I had a G7 Fly that I also really liked a lot. Yeah, but I don't really have, honestly, I don't really have like sentimental things toward paintball equipment so much. I don't know if I have it toward other things or not. I've always thought I didn't because of paintball, because like it's all I do all the time, you know? It's not like you guys where it's like on the weekends or like, you know, you're maybe watching some videos in the week or, you know, in the live stream. But, you know, before the live stream, I was setting all this paintball stuff up. So I've wondered that if like I'm so involved with it that like I don't really have that like weird nostalgia thing for some of the old equipment. I do a little bit, but not so much. And I think being at the paintball store too, like I kind of saw the old stuff all the time still. It wasn't like it was old to me. We were still fixing old Intimidators and whatever all the time. Crandall played tournament paintball for years on Lofty, for sure. I think Greenspan, Ryan also played on, Ryan Greenspan also played, I think, on Lofty, or like all of them did. I think maybe Alex Andio, I think they all might have. Like when he was on the SC, Iron Men were on rookie local teams for sure. What is Josh talking about? The Mama's Boys, a Mama's Boy Intimidator, and the Rasta Angel. I never really liked the Rasta. I always thought it was cheesy and like corny. I didn't like it. I always thought it was super lame. I was never into it. Although they were very popular. People really liked those. Oh geez, dish soap. Yeah, it was like, I don't know what. I mean, old masks probably did fog a lot. Because JT, I even said in the JT video recently, because JT was the first company to come out with the dual pane thermal lens. And I'm even blanking on what year it was. I think it was 90. No, it might have been 89 even. I don't remember. Someone else can go back and watch that. Loud motorcycles. My newest marker is a Trilogy autococker, but mostly blue collar stuff, nothing crazy. But about a dozen. You have a dozen old guns. I don't have anything cool though. I got a bunch of old guns, but nothing's cool. You know, it's just a bunch of crap laying around that I can't sell. There's really no point in it. 95? for lenses. That sounds about right. It's somewhere in there. Fuck, I don't remember, dude. I like make these videos and like this stuff just goes in and out of my head because there's just so much happening. And I think that I like get the information and move on. I like put it down and move on, and I like just forget about about it all the time. A single layer of dish. I cannot say dish. A single layer of dish soap dried on the single lens kind of kept it from fogging. I remember like licking my swim goggles and stuff to get them to stop fogging. If you could, would you bring back Angel? I mean, if I could do it, I don't know. Like if I had the money and they were like, if I had like $5 million and they're like, here's the patents and all the like schematics and like all the stuff and make a new gun? Probably not. I don't know. Probably not. I mean, it'd be cool, right? It'd be cool if we had Angel. One of the hardest parts though is like, man, it's going to be so hard at this point for another company to like outseat Planet Eclipse. Like Planet Eclipse is so dominant in the marketplace. Like you're going to have to make something like really, really good, you know, and it's going to cost you millions of dollars to be able to even get to the point of making something good, you know? So it's like, I don't know. It probably wouldn't be like a smart business decision. And I'm not known for making smart business decisions. So maybe, you know. Although it would be cool. It would be pretty cool. Man, it'd be so weird though. Angel just had such a problem in the end, you know, like their guns just were not popular. I mean, Angel was really popular for maybe like 2 years. It's really only maybe 3, maybe like 2000, 2001, 2002. I'm with Mark. Everyone hit that like button. If you're here right now, at least go, you know, on your way out, make sure you hit that like button. Help contribute to the growth of paintball. If you don't like this live stream, it's going to signal to everybody that you don't like paintball. If you want paintball to grow, it's the only way. Yep. What the hell was I talking about? '05, they're Angels. Yeah, I don't know. I had an '05 speed. I got in trouble at PSP with an '05 speed. I got like a gross major or some bullshit. It would have been an extremely good gun for $300 to $400. I don't know. The speed? I don't know. Might be behind. Might be behind. Alright, I'm going. I'm so tired. I even feel that, like, I still got my huge vein, though. See that vein? Next time, I'll show my vein off, and we'll see if I have huge veins on my head still. I'm curious to talk to people that played yesterday. See how people are doing. Didn't Angel shift production to Asia with the A1 and their quality and reliability took a big hit? I wouldn't say so. I mean, certainly they moved to China, but it's not any different, you know? Like, I mean, you could say that, like, over the years, I would say that Angel's quality probably did decrease. Like, if we look at, like, if you compared, like, the Angel LCD, like the 2002 LCD, to, like, the A1 or whatever in, like, 2010 or whatever the hell year it was, the quality's better, I would say, on the previous guns. Like the machine tolerances and like the way screws went into stuff and like, you know, just overall, they just kind of like felt like better guns. But I don't think that's necessarily a result of them going overseas. I think that at the exact same time they tried to make the guns cheaper in general, right? So trying to save money, they didn't try to meet those extreme quality standards like they did from, 10 years ago. Because when they moved the machines over to China, or really Taiwan, they were in the same facility that the Tippmanns were made in. They were in the same building that the Tippmanns were made in. So they moved to Taiwan, and they literally took the machines. They shipped the machines from England to China. So they didn't even get new machines. So all the like lathes and machines that they were making the guns on in England, they just moved them all over to China. And they did have 2 Angel employees living in China. So there were guys that like ran Angel in China. They might not have been there all the time, but they definitely were there for a long period of time setting it up. So I don't think necessarily that moving to China resulted in like poor quality. I think that like they moved to China to try to, make more money because they were struggling. And I think that they, at the same time, kind of made the guns a little cheaper to try and save money. That's my theory. Anyway, because like, obviously stuff in China can be made well. I don't think you're saying that because it's made in China, it wasn't made well. But, everything's made in China. This is like the most impressive thing ever made by humans, like this thing's miraculous, it's made in China. So it's just about like having good machines and like that kind of stuff. Search up a GI truck fire. Search up GI truck fire that was on fire today. How do I search that? GI Sports Fire? I don't even know, Facebook? Dude, I don't even know. I don't know what to do. I mean, the internet's like, so disparate. Who knows? Was there a container? Not a container. But was there a fire? I gotta spell sports right. GI Ports Fire. In Canada? At the plant or whatever? Is it Morrietown? I don't know how the hell you spell that. Huh. I didn't see it. Although I don't know how to find it either, I don't know. I mean, I assume GI is not going to put it like... Behind the bunker. Let's find those guys then. I used to watch those guys all the time. I don't know what is going on. I'm such a jackass. I like can't spell or do anything. Holy shit balls. Oh my god. That bitch is on fire. Alright, we'll do this a different way. I was going to try to give Behind the Bunker guys credit and show it and stuff, but Facebook's stupid. Oh, their logo's right there. Look at that. That's crazy, huh? That shit's on fire. I mean, that's what happens. Look at all the cases of paint. You think that that's paint right there? You think that that's a skid right there? See that like yellow maybe? Damn, that sucks. Holy crap. Wow. So the top comment is that's the hellfire coming back. Dang, that's crazy. Wow. Hopefully no one was hurt. It looks like it's okay. It looks like the cab's not even really on fire yet. So, you know, I assume there's nobody in there. Dang, so that must have been like coming back from the tournament then, huh? Wow. Because that looks like Texas. It doesn't look like... That doesn't look like Canada, right? With the big old stupid median and... Huh. Wild. That's no good. Well, if you guys are missing your paint, you know where it's coming from. Someone wanted to keep those new JT Thins from hitting the market. That's because they're going to spoil the resale. Man, yeah, hopefully there's no paint like... Yeah, probably the refrigerator part. I don't know. Who knows, huh? I mean, I kind of wonder if paint's flammable. It's not really flammable. It shouldn't be flammable, right? That would make sense, huh? Like a refrigerator, the refrigeration unit or something, because the back of the truck's on fire, so it, you know, it probably wasn't the engine. But the refrigerator units that are on top, or like the air conditioners or whatever. Huh. Well, they got insurance, hopefully. You never know, though. It is paintball. Somebody once told me. The next batch of paint is going to be 664. Dude, I don't even know if paint's anything. I don't even know, dude. Paint's so small nowadays. I mean, we might as well just make it 60 cal. 60 cal. There's a fart for you guys. Have you heard any rumors about the possible new Impulse? No, but why do I feel like I have? Why do I feel like I have? We were talking about the Impulse the other day at the paintball field. I think Mark has an Impulse. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I do feel that like I did, but I don't know if I'm just like, I don't know, thinking that because you mentioned it and I'm like, yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure. But I would be kind of surprised. Mainly because like, I don't know. They'd have to do a good job, that's for sure. Because the JT Impulse, you know, the JT Impulse wasn't bad, but it wasn't really great either. Crash Bandicooter? That's... That's really good. That's one of the better names. Okay, Crash Bandicooter. I would donate my left nut for a new Impulse with a wasp board. Dude, Crash Bandicooter, that is a great name. I played Crash Bandicoot so much on my PlayStation 1. Like 1998 or whatever the hell that was. Great name. Good stuff. There's a guy in my local field that runs an OG Impulse. I don't know how he keeps that thing running. Yeah, I never owned an Impulse. I always wanted an Impulse though. I wanted like the Rat Impulse or like the the like adrenaline impulse. There were all those cool impulses, but never had one. Mainly because they were kind of going away, you know. They weren't really popular when I started. I mean, they started playing like 2001, 2002, and the impulse was like out, you know, but also had the Intimidator. I could get an Intimidator or like a DM4 or something like that. And maybe not the DM4 yet, but lots of stuff. Yeah, great name. I grabbed the Cash Money Impulse with the Wasp board. What was the Cash Money one? I mean, I for sure had Wasp boards. They would have been Intimidators, though. For sure. Like a Frenzy. No, the Frenzy board was the stock board, like the Wasp 2.0 board. Wicked Air Sports. Did we talk about that? Or Wicked... It's Wicked Air Sports, right? Huh. Cash Money Impulse. There were so many private label guns back then, too. It's like all the Shocker SFTs and stuff like that. There's like 400 of those guns. So it's like every once in a while one will pop up and I'm like, huh, I think I've seen that one. Really, though, I've probably seen them all. But every once in a while you're like, huh. There's so many freaking impulses. So many freaking impulses. It's crazy. All right, I'm getting out of here. I'm going to go close the chat right now. I can't see the chat anymore. And I'm glad tonight's live stream went down. I was extraordinarily tired all day today. Certainly had some sort of heat stroke from the paintball field. There's something going on. Gentlemen, James, you played yesterday too, so I was just standing around. It was so hot yesterday at the field. It was just gnarly. The Kem Griffey. Josh is going to get the Kem Griffey Junior Ego. That's the knockoff version of the Ken Griffey. It's the Mac Dev version. Well, I told you I wasn't looking at the chat anymore. Now I am. Twisted Metal. You know, Twisted Metal, that TV show, the first season I thought was not bad. Like, I was like, there's no way this is going to be good. I was like, this is going to be the stupidest show ever. And I watched it and I was like, you know, it's not actually that bad. Dude, the second season, fucking awful. It's like, I can't even, it's so bad. Everything about it's bad. It's super cheesy. They try to make jokes and I'm like, okay. Like, that's just a setup. There's no punchline to your joke. It's so bad. Everything's so bad. So don't watch Twisted Metal Season 2. The game, though, I played the game all the time. That's why I watched the movie. I was like, there's no way this is going to be, you know, a good TV show. Sorry. All right, guys. I'm hitting this end button. Come back Monday, 4 p.m.